Hello, Miss Chapman's class. This is Miss Edom, and I'm going to show you how to access Brain Hive, a little bit about how to use it, and also how you can download the Brain Hive app on your phone or iPad so that you can read an ebook anytime, anywhere. So first of all, go to the Northeast Middle School website. When you go to Students, and as if you were going to go to Destiny, where you can search for books, print books that are in our library, if you go over to the right, there's a link for Brain Hive. So go ahead and click on that, and it'll open up to our account for Northeast Middle School. And then go ahead and log in with your username that you use for everything. I'm going to use a student's username here. And then the password is going to be your original password if you've ever changed it. So your initials and then your birthday month, birthday day. So first letter of your first name, first letter of your last name, birthday month, birthday day. And go ahead and sign in. And you guys are going to test this out a little bit for me. You're probably going to figure it out more quickly than I am. And we're going to figure out if there's any issues, and hopefully it'll be a good experience for everyone. So when you log in for the very first time, it's going to ask you for an interest inventory. And I would just go ahead and do it at that time. It just allows you to select if you prefer mysteries or romances or action books, that kind of thing. And so you can just do that interest inventory, and then it's going to recommend books right here based on that inventory. And so that's why it's a good idea to use it. There's also right here new ebooks. Brain Hive is adding books all the time. There's thousands and thousands of titles in here, and it's for all reading levels. And so there's going to be lots and lots of books that are at your reading level that you may like. But there's also going to be books that aren't at your reading level, either below or above, and then just things that you're not interested in. So just like every library, you need to do a little searching to figure out what you want. And so that's one reason that doing that interest inventory and using the recommended ebooks is maybe a good idea. But to just search on your own, you can go to Library and then click on Search Library. And again, it lists some new books, but you can just do a search for anything here. So I'm just going to do a quick search for example, sports. And just with a very simple search, it pulls up 503 ebooks. There's books about particular people, about historical accounts of sports, fiction books that deal with sports, different types of sports, and so on. So you can click through from page to page to see all of those options. Or you can, once you're in the search, notice that there's this option over here to limit your results. And so, or just a different way of searching. So for example, if I wanted to see the graphic novels, I would click on that. And this is showing me, I believe, the graphic novels that deal just with sports. So that's why it's only showing 7. You're figuring this out as much as I am. So you could also use this advanced search where we could use a keyword. Oh, let's see. Let's try horror, since Halloween is coming up. You could search for a particular title, author. You probably skip the programs. Then grade range, for example, we could just search middle school, 6th through 8th. Genre, oh look, there's a genre for horror. So maybe we should just do that, and then maybe search that just for zombies, see what happens. And then the reading level here, so you can talk to Ms. Chapman about that to indicate which reading level you're at, but let's just say 5th grade reading level for now, and then audiobook and ebook are all. So then the little search button, I have no idea what this is going to pull up. Okay, no books match that particular search. But if we take away some of our factors that limit the results and just do a search for horror and middle school era or age range, then we get 28 books. We have Hide and Seek, Dying Photo, The Ghost Box, Some of these books we have in our library I recognize, and some we don't. So I'm going to go ahead and just choose Mummy. I'm going to go ahead and click on this preview right here so I can, oh, my pop-up was blocked. Continue. No, always allow. Done. So we'll try that again. Preview. And here I am inside the book. And this is what it looks like when you are on a computer versus on your phone or iPad or something like that. So you can click through the pages. We'll get to the first page. And it goes through and you can read the books like that. And there's different functions that you can use that make the book kind of personalized to you. Here you can skip to different chapters. There's some other functions, and you guys can play around with that. So I'm going to get out of the preview here and go back, and I'm just going to see what would happen if I had clicked on the title. Then it gives me, so that might be easier or better in this case, is to click on the title, because then it gives you a synopsis of the book. So will the perfect senior prank turn out to be Emmeline's last? Emmeline is a good girl. She's a perfect, studious, and athletic daughter and sister, blah, 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 blah. But when the harmless heist turns out to be filled with real-life danger, will Emmeline's mental bag of tricks be enough to save the mummy and herself? So then you could click on the preview from here and go to what we just saw, where you can see the actual pages and read a few, just like you would in the library when you pick a book off the shelf and you read a couple pages. You could go to preview, click through the first couple pages, see if it's a good book for you, and then if you decide that you want to check it out, you would click on check out. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. One thing that you should know, and why it's really important to read the summary of a book and to preview it before you go to checkout, is that it does cost us $1 every time somebody checks out a book from Hive. So there's money in our account already that we want people to use for books that they want to read. But just keep in mind that you don't want to check out a book unless you're pretty sure you want to read it. And you have lots of options to figure that out by reading the summary and by looking at the preview. So if you've decided that you want it, then click checkout. And it even asks you, are you sure you want to check out this book? And you can say yes. And then it takes you right to the book, I believe. So we'll wait here for a moment. And again, this is something that you could use on the computers in Miss Chapman's room or when you come to the library. And now, see, when we're out of that preview page, that's why I was confused, it does give you more functions. And so you're able to, if we get through to another page, oh, here's my pages. Whoops. Whoops. So here we are. You can do a single page read, you can do double page read, you can adjust the size, you can highlight sections, so that might be good if you're reading something, especially a nonfiction book for a class. There are nonfiction books in here in addition to fiction. You can bookmark the page that you are on and even kind of write what's going on so that you can remember when you pick this up again and click save. You can create a different type of note that's separate than your bookmark, though, how does this work? Again, you guys are going to be helping me figure this out. So, oh, look, so if I were to go back and go through this book, now I've added a note here that reminds me, so maybe something about the setting, maybe something about character, some of those things that you talk about in reading class. So you can go ahead and use that. Now that I have this ebook, I'm going to go ahead and close it in this browser, and I'm going to get back to Hive. And so your checked out books are going to be under, I believe, my book bag. Yep. So this is going to show the books that you have checked out or that you have checked out in the past. And then you can remember, once you have a book checked out, you're able to read it on your phone or iPad or another device as long as you can access the Hive app. So I'm just going to show you quickly how to do that. So, for example, this is a screenshot from my iPhone. Whoops, go back. And you just search for Brain Hive and it pops right up. And so this is what it looks like. And notice that it does say this application requires internet connection. So some functionality in the app may not work with internet connection. But as long as you're connected to the internet to download your book, once it's downloaded, then you don't need internet anymore. So you can go ahead and log in. This is really important. This number right here, 277123828, how you can find that is back here when we were logged into Brain Hive. It's this number right here. And so the first time that you use this on your phone or something, you might need to log into a computer to be able to see that, or write it down maybe in your reading notebook, and then you'll have it for future reference. So here the app is loading, logging me in, and then this shows the books that I keep wanting to be able to scroll. This shows the books that I've checked out. And so then this is the part where I believe you need internet, is just to download it. So I clicked on download next to 2 days. And then once it finished downloading, when I click on read, it opens up the book. And then here's the first page of the book. And you have some of the functionality with bookmarks. And I'm not sure what else you have once you're in the app. So I hope this was a helpful explanation. Again, to get started, you go to the Northeast page, go to Students, Destiny, and then over here on Brain Hive, log in with your original username and password, do the interest inventory, search for a book, read the previews, or read the summaries, look at the previews, and then decide on which book you want to get checked out. You can just read it on any computer, or if you want to use the app, you can do that too. Have fun!